Meditation for sleep. We are all aware that some people can fall asleep easily. We are intensely jealous of them. What must life be like for those who can fall asleep in less than a minute? I've never fallen asleep quickly unless I was medicated heavily. I am going to imagine that you are somewhere comfortable, either in bed or seated somewhere comfortably. If you are driving, this is not the right meditation track for you. And also, what is your life like that you are listening to meditation tracks while driving? I invite you to keep your eyes open for as long as you like. I record all of my videos by hand, that's why they're a little shaky, and I want you to see this. Closing your eyes too soon can bring about resentment as we think about how awake we still are and how far away sleep feels. But you should feel free to soften your gaze a little, or look out the window, or at the floor, or close your eyes if you want. Let's nag you a little about sleep hygiene next. If there's any way to make insomnia worse, it's by using the phrase sleep hygiene. Like somehow your sleep routine needs to take a shower or something? Did you guys who name stuff even think of other terms we can use for this? Super cozy sleep routine? Look, first thing I thought of, and it's already better than the term sleep hygiene. Hopefully you have a good routine already, like a normal bedtime and a comfortable bed that's not also where you work. I can't really help you with any of that right now. I changed my mind. Here's one thing for your sleep routine. If you're not already doing this, consider making your sleeping area a little cooler. Humans tend to sleep well in a fairly cold room, like 68 degrees Fahrenheit or whatever the heck that is in Celsius. For a human to enter sleep, our core body temperature actually needs to drop about a degree for some dumb reason. Whoever designed us, if humans were designed, sure had some idiosyncratic ideas. If you can't fix the temperature of your room, consider using lighter covers or kicking off the covers. If you are listening to this from somewhere cold, like the depths of Chicagoland in winter, you're ahead of the game. I invite you to bring your attention to your breath. We're going to breathe in together on the count of 1. Breathe in, 2, 3, hold it for me, and out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to breathe into your belly because that will help the body relax. It's probably not your fault that you have a hard time getting to sleep. Some of us are just wired that way, neurologically and in our nervous systems. Perhaps it is our ancestors that kept the species alive by defending the family from threats, while those other guys got their beauty rest. They needed their beauty rest in order to name all the things, I guess. I invite you to relax your neck as much as you can. My hope is that you can relax the muscles behind your eyes, but this is a weird thing to ask you, and so it might take some practice. You can start by bringing your attention to your eyes and then moving your attention further back into the muscles behind the eyes and seeing what that feels like. The brain apparently has no nerves, but if you make an effort, you can get a sense of what the muscles behind your eyes feel like and see if you can relax them. Blinking a few times can also help. I like to imagine my eyes like marbles dropping back into my head. Or pinballs would work, I suppose, if you like to play pinball, although we're really stretching the metaphor there. Next, I invite you to take your attention into your jaw and see if there's any tension in your jaw area that you can release now. Okay, you're probably still thinking, this isn't helping, and I have a presentation tomorrow, or some other stuff is happening soon that I don't feel prepared for or okay with, or my life is a walking disaster, and I'll never, ever, ever get to sleep. This is normal. The mind is always talking for some reason. I invite you to just let the thoughts pass through without giving them too much attention. If it's important, you can deal with it later. You will be able to rest and sleep. What we're trying to do now is prepare your body and mind to fall asleep naturally. If you can, use your mind to tell your body that you are safe here. It is safe to go to sleep where you are, and your body can relax. We never remember those moments when we're falling asleep, unless something happens then to wake us up. The brain doesn't lay down memory during that state, which is weird if you think about it, because that means cumulative days or maybe weeks over the course of your life are spent in that liminal state, where you are not awake or asleep, but resting and transitioning. Although to be fair, most of what happens to us gets forgotten. The brain is pretty judicious like that. Most of our life experiences get left on the cutting room floor when the brain is moving all of that day-to-day crap from short-term to long-term storage. I invite you to take your attention next to your right big toe. Feel free to drift off if you're lucky enough to feel relaxed. For those of us who are still here, it might help to bring the attention into the feet. I ask you to choose the right big toe because if I asked you to put your energy in your feet, that is probably too boring to keep you focused for long. But if you focus on your right big toe, that might be specific enough that you'll actually do it. And what I want you to do while you're there is to move your right big toe up as small an amount as you can while still actually doing it. It might be easier to start by moving that toe down, by which I mean curling it toward the rest of the foot. I ask you to move it up if you can, because I think that's harder. And if you're going to get to relax and get to sleep, we're going to need to focus here. I want you to pick a direction up or down and move that right big toe, and that toe only, to the best of your ability, the smallest amount possible. We are deliberately over-focusing in order to distract the mind. I want you to lift or curl that toe 20 times now. Yes, I said 20 times. I will count it for you. 1, 2, 3. We'll go slowly here. 4. There's no extra credit for doing it faster. 5, 6, 7. You might be wondering, why do we have to do any of this? 8. Stay with me. 9. Be glad I didn't ask you to do it 100 times. 10, 11, 12. Keep doing the exact same thing you've been doing. Don't switch to the other foot or switch directions. You might not feel any different at all. 13, hopefully there is at least a little bit of a sense of relaxing. 14, 15, when your mind wanders to think about your breakfast. 16, or your commute. 17, or anything else. 18, like, why does this woman's voice have all these weird cadences? Does she realize that that's happening? 19, yes, she does. It's deliberate. 20. Well done. Thank you for staying with me, especially in the middle where I lost count. I'm not going to ask you to do the other toe on the other foot. I thought about it, but I didn't want to have to count to 20 again. As we close out this meditation, I invite you to take another breath into your gut. Breathe in for me on a count of 1, 2, 3. And when you're ready, breathe out. 1, 2. See if you can breathe out any tension that remains in your body. 3, 4. If I were a devious person, I would try to sell you something while you are in a hopefully sleepy and relaxed state, but I am not. Please don't buy so much stuff. And please come back again soon for more meditation videos.